looks like we got sound.
Yeah, I just turned that one on because I said the other one.
So that's this one. Welcome to Redbank Valley High School, where tonight's matchup has the Lady Bulldogs of Redbank Valley hosting the Lady Bobcats of Clarion area. We're going to start tonight by looking at the standings, not only in the KSAC board, but from some other teams in the district. Blaine, you want to go ahead and go over the standings after last night's games?
Yeah, so when we look at this here, if we're looking at the way that they have the team split up with the COVID, looks like we got Punxsutawney in first at 6-0. Du Bois in second at a 4-1 record. Brockway standing in third at 4-2. Kerwinsville 2-2. Du Bois Central Catholic 2-5. Brookville 1-8. Sheffield 0-6. So in the KSAC North, we have North Clarion 1-0 in conference play. AC Valley 3-0. Clarion Limestone 1-0. Venango Catholic 1-1. Union 0-2. And Forest 0-3. And if we look at the KSAC South, Keystone 10-0 overall, 4-0 in the conference. Redbank Valley 1-0 in the conference, 5-2 overall. Montauk 2-2, 8-3 overall. Clarion, the opponent tonight, 1-2, 7-3 overall. Carn City 1-3, but 9-4 overall. And Cranberry 0-2 with a 1-4 record.
Looking ahead, in years past, the seeding was based solely on a PowerPoint system. This year, they've gone to a seeding committee, Blaine, for the district tournament. Redbank Valley jumps up to AAA this year. We've talked about this before. First sport in the history of Redbank Valley sports that has actually moved up to AAA. Only 5 teams in the AAA classification. If you look on the PIAA website, you can see the 5 teams. AAA, the enrollment is 142 girls in grades 9 through 11, up to 204. Redbank Valley just over the mark at 145, so they just missed staying AA by 4 girls. Punxsutawney, on the other hand, at the top end with 193 girls, so they're almost a quad A team, which is what they have been the last year. So last night, Redbank Valley did head up to Punxsutawney. Punxsutawney took the win there. So 2 games this year, Redbank's played Punxsutawney. Punxsutawney has the win. So looking ahead, Punxsutawney probably looking at the number 1 seed. Every game, though, very important moving forward. You want that 2nd seed so you can get that home court advantage for the first round of the playoffs. Redbank will still play Montauk twice and Carn City twice, 2 other teams in the district in AAA, and then Brookville is the 5th team. Brookville probably not making the playoffs this year. So tonight's matchup, we have a couple all-conference players returning here. For Clarion last year, Kate Constantino was an all-conference first-teamer. She did graduate, but Jordan Best returns for the Bobcats. She was a 3rd-team selection last year. Redbank Valley had a couple of all-conference players last year. First team, Tara Hindeleiter. She was also an all-state player. And 2nd team last year was Lauren Smith. They're both actually in the stands tonight. Got to talk to them earlier. As Redbank Valley looks like voted last night at their board meeting to allow 2 parents or 2 spectators per player for the home team. So we have fans here tonight for the first time. Still, we'll be broadcasting all home events for the rest of the season, for the winter season, both boys and girls basketball, and we'll also be doing home wrestling matches throughout the rest of the year. We'll get to the schedule later on. Keys to the game, looking here for both Redbank Valley and Clarion. I think for Redbank Valley, they're missing a couple players tonight, so they're even shortened of a team as normal. They do like to press the entire game. So I think one thing, they definitely need to stay out of foul trouble. And they need to get a better start. I think they've had some slow starts, a couple of their losses, including last night. Punxsutawney put on a really good press last night. Redbank was down 28-8 at the end of the first quarter. Stayed even with them the rest of the match, or the rest of the game. But unfortunately, when you're down 20 to start at the end of that first quarter, it is tough to come back. For the Bobcats, I think obviously they have to control Madison Foringer. Tall center for Redbank Valley. Not many teams can match up with her. And also Clarion's going to have to beat the press. Redbank Valley noted to press the entire first half, if not the second half as well. Clarion's going to have to beat that. We're going to go ahead and let you listen to starting lineups and the national anthem, and we'll be back with you at the end of those.
4, Ava Cherry. A senior guard number 14, Eric Selfie. Clarion head coaches, we got assisted by now the first one is Clarion out of the lady Bulldog. A sophomore forward, Lydia Hoffman. A sophomore forward, Taylor Ray. A junior center, Madison Boyer. A junior guard, Claire. Wow. And a senior forward, Emma Hoffman. The head coach of the Redbank Bulldogs is Edmund, assisted by Michael Ross, Kristen Huffman, and Jason Huffman. Tonight's officials are Lee Kroll, Father Smith, Chris Taylor, United Game Manager, and Daniel Huffman. Thank you. Good luck to both teams in tonight's game.
Back here at Redbank Valley Gymnasium tonight, we have the Lady Bulldogs of Redbank Valley hosting the Lady Bobcats of the Clarion area. Just had the starting lineups, getting ready for the start of the match here. Blaine, talking earlier here, a couple keys for Redbank Valley. One, try to get a better start. 3 losses this year, 2 to Punxsutawney, 1 to Laurel. All 3 of those games, we saw them with a deficit of double digits at the end of the first quarter. I think a couple keys for Clarion. Obviously, they got to beat that Redbank Valley press. And they got to try to control Madison Foringer underneath. Getting ready to tip off here. Foringer gets it ahead to Huffman. Huffman with the pass over to her sister Emma. Swatted away. Best with the ball for Clarion. Up to Selfridge for
sure.
Clarion.
Talking about that strong start last night, I believe it was a 28-8 advantage for Punxsutawney after 1. So obviously wanting to avoid a repeat of that.
Yeah, and, I'm not correlation with my sport of volleyball. We lost many of a first set, but in volleyball, you lose that first set. Second set starts 0-0. Unfortunately, in basketball and most other sports, when you're down 20 at the end of the first quarter, the other team can go into maybe a slower offense. 2-point basket there for Foringer, inside on the layup. Selfridge brings the ball back up for Clarion. We'll talk about Selfridge a little bit later. She's a transfer down from the state of New York. Not many players on this court have ever had the resume that she has. We'll talk about her here at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah,
Clarion has the ball underneath.
You were kind of able to see her up close and personal, weren't you, Matt?
It was more like a nightmare, I think, than anything. Second game of the year for the volleyball team, and Clarion had a pretty good year in volleyball this year. Another state championship.
I believe you said coming out of that, you said, holy crap, we might have just played the state champs, right?
Yeah, after that game, I talked to Coach Campbell at Clarion. I told her, and they've won a state championship before, I told her that this is the best team you've ever had. You're not going to lose a game this year, and that ended up coming into fruition. They only actually lost 1 set the entire season.
In the process of giving the Clarion volleyball girls props, Kaylin Rarick went up for 2, so it's 4-0 now, Redbank Valley.
Rebound Foringer. Klaus brings the ball up court, and she's going to get called for a travel. Little slide there. Clarion will have the ball. Redbank Valley leads 4-0. 6:33 left in the first quarter. Selfridge inbounds the ball.
Nice to see some fans here tonight, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully we can continue this, and maybe as the winter season goes on, more and more fans, and hopefully by the playoffs we can get this gym packed. Best has the ball down low. Swings it up top. Selfridge, top of the key. Passes over. 3-point attempt is off. Foringer up with the rebound. Looks like we're going to have a jump ball. Possession arrow goes to Clarion.
I know we talked about this with the Union broadcast. Really, one of the downsides of COVID is I imagine this would have been one of those doubleheader nights. And with obviously, with any time you play Clarion, but it would have been exciting to see the girls and the boys playing here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And another game going on tonight, as Blaine just said, the boys of Redbank are up at Clarion. We will get updates from that game, and we'll get them out to you as soon as we have those. Nice pass in from Huffman.
50-50, this one in overtime. What's that? This one in overtime, 50-50.
The JV game. Just got an update from the boys game. The JV game has just gone into overtime. Score is 50-50. So Redbank and Clarion tied up, gone to overtime, up in Clarion for the JV boys basketball game
I think,
tonight.
Matt, because of numbers, the girls here played shorter quarters tonight because of the JV game, so we are a little ahead of time with our varsity start.
Yeah, unfortunately, Clarion short this year. Only 12 girls on the roster. Redbank Valley only 13, but they're actually missing a couple players tonight. So they did reduce the quarters, I guess, to 5 minutes. Shot by Clarion is off. Best tries to save it. Steal from Clarion. Drive, layup is off. Rebound, Edmonds. Up to Huffman. Huffman looks up. She passes the ball over to Rarick. Rarick to the three, and she nails it. Kaylin Rarick with the three. Redbank Valley leads 7-0. We talked about the start for Redbank Valley needing to get a better start, and they have come out up with a 7-0 lead.
Yeah, Rarick with 5 of the 7 points here to start for the Bulldogs.
Selfridge with the ball up top. Over to Anthony, back to Selfridge. Back to Anthony, back to Selfridge. Over to Cherico. Cherico takes a three, it's off. Loose ball, Cherico gets the rebound. Look to Best, but she's going to get it inside. Looking back to Best, and the ball is thrown out of bounds. It's going to be a Redbank Valley ball, 7-0 lead. Rarick's going to inbound the ball to Olivia Huffman. Huffman brings the ball across half court. Huffman over to Rarick. Rarick's open again, and she nails another three. Back-to-back threes for Kaylin Rarick, 10-0 lead for Redbank Valley. You couldn't ask for a better start here for Redbank Valley,
I
Blaine.
think that obviously we're approaching the midway point of the first quarter, and we said that was really important, not only for this game, but when you have a game that you really come off and you feel like you had a poor performance, obviously you want to start strong, and they've done that so far.
Selfridge with the ball, top of the key. She takes the three-point shot. She misses. Rebound, Foringer out to Huffman. Huffman looks up. Baseball pass to Rarick, and just a little too tall. Huffman definitely has the arm for that.
I think she came by that honestly.
Yeah,
I think
absolutely.
there's someone else with the last name Huffman that threw the ball around here pretty well.
And it looks like we're going to have a timeout, Clarion. So 10-0 lead for Redbank Valley, first quarter, 4:03 left. So looking over to Clarion bench, Blaine, we talked a little bit before we came on air. Last wrestling match we did, we looked across, and Indiana had a former Redbank Valley alumni. Ben Carrillo was on the coaching staff. And if we look for Clarion area, former standout basketball player here at Redbank Valley, Sam Heater, the JV coach for Clarion area.
Yeah, Sam part of that boys basketball team that was able to kind of breathe some life into a program that was struggling. He played in the district championship game as a sophomore, won the district championship as a junior, and then obviously scored a lot of points, I think just shy of scoring 1,000 points in the 900s. So player at Waynesburg is teaching at Clarion, and obviously it's good to see, whether they're coaching for Redbank Valley or not, it's always good to see our past athletes giving back by coaching on their own.
Ball out of bounds off Clarion. Huffman's going to inbound the ball to, looks like Klaus. Klaus is going to bring the ball up. Over to Huffman. Huffman slows it down just across half court. Clarion's not going to come out, so Olivia can just stand there all day. Little bit of pressure. Olivia dribbles over. Pick from her sister Emma. Olivia's going to drive up, and we're going to get a charge called on Olivia Huffman. Blaine, I think that's her second foul here in this first quarter. Only 2 fouls for Redbank, and I think Olivia has both of those.
Yeah, it looks like right now Smathers is going to check in for Huffman. Smathers, the junior.
3:30 left here in the first quarter. Redbank Valley leads 10-0. Clarion brings the ball up. Looks like it's going to be Cherico this time. Up top, over to Selfridge. Selfridge with the three. It's off. Rebound. Smathers with the rebound. She's going to bring the ball up across half court. She's going to drive. She's going to go coast to coast with the layup. It is no good. Rebound Clarion. And we're going to have a foul on Redbank Valley. Looks like Emma Huffman with her first foul tonight. Clarion's going to bring the ball up. It's going to be Selfridge into Cherico. Clarion switched things up a little bit here. Cherico is going to bring the ball up. Previously it was Selfridge. Pass to Selfridge. Selfridge looked inside to Best. Back to Selfridge. Clarion with quick passing here. Ball inside, back to Best. Best takes a three, and she nails it. Best, another one of those volleyball players. We talked about having a couple all-state basketball players here on the court for the boys game against Oil City, Blaine. 3 all-state volleyball players here in the basketball game tonight. Olivia Huffman for Redbank Valley was a first-team all-state double-A player as a sophomore. Clarion had Jordan Best, first-team all-state in single-A, and Erica Selfridge, also a first-team all-stater in single-A for Clarion volleyball. Pass into Best. Passes up. Smathers is going to bring the ball across half court. She's going to give over to Rarick. Rarick looks for Klaus. Back to Rarick. Rarick's going to take another three. Short, but Foringer with the rebound. And we got a foul on Clarion. First foul of the game for Clarion. Non-shooting foul. Klaus is going to be inbounding the ball. She's going to get it into Foringer. Foringer up for the shot. No good, but Foringer gets her own rebound. Another rebound for Redbank Valley. Rarick up, and she nails another three. That's 3 3-pointers here in the first quarter for Caitlin Rarick. Redbank leads 13-2.
Definitely feeling it from three-ball land tonight for Rarick thus far.
Clarion gets the ball down to Best on the baseline, but it goes out of bounds. Rarick's going to inbound the ball for Redbank Valley. Brooklyn Edmonds into the game. Madison Foringer out. Kaylin Rarick inbounds the ball to Klaus. Klaus is going to bring the ball up across half court. Klaus into Emma Huffman, back to Rarick. Rarick over to Klaus. Klaus drives baseline. Up, no good. Edmonds with the rebound, back to Rarick. Wide open shot again. Little strong this time. Clarion with the rebound. Selfridge brings the ball across half court. Over to Cherico. Cherico down to Best. Best back up top to Selfridge. Selfridge over to Anthony. Shot is missed. Smathers with the rebound, back to Klaus. Klaus brings the ball across half court. Less than a minute left here in the first quarter. Redbank Valley leads 13-2. That ball is going to go out of bounds. Looks like they're going to say that's tipped off for Eric. So it'll be Clarion ball. Selfridge is going to bring the ball across half court for Clarion. Down to Best. Best fakes. Back up to Selfridge. Selfridge over to Anthony. She's going to take a three. It is off. Looks like Cherico with the rebound. Back up. It's off. It's going to be out of bounds on Redbank Valley. 22.1 seconds left to go in the first quarter.
Foringer checking in here for the Bulldogs for Emma Huffman.
Best is going to be inbounding the ball underneath the basket for Clarion. Back to Best. Foringer straight up. Good defense. Out to Selfridge. It is off. Sorry, that was actually Simcoe with that three. Redbank Valley will be looking for the last shot here. Klaus with the ball. Klaus sees Smathers over in the corner. Puts up a three. A little strong. Rarick with the rebound. And it looks like she's going to get fouled at the buzzer. Rarick will actually go to the line with no one out there but herself.
Yeah, and that was actually benefit there for Redbank Valley because it looked like Rarick was throwing up your typical desperation shot right before the buzzer goes off and was able to draw the foul.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the rare times in basketball you'll see someone at the free throw line with no one else. And it looks like they are going to maybe put some time on the clock. 0.3 seconds, so Clarion will put some girls down for a quick rebound here, but Rarick will go to the line. First free throws of the night. Redbank leading 13-2. Redbank bounce there. 14-2, Redbank Valley. Rarick up for the second one. 15-2, Redbank Valley. Only 0.3 seconds left. Clarion inbounds the ball and does not get a shot off. So Redbank Valley going to take a 15-2 lead here into the second quarter. Blaine, if you want to go ahead and give the stats, not a lot of stats other than I think we're going to hear Kaylin Rarick.
Yeah, Jordan Best with 2 for Clarion. For Redbank Valley, Kaylin Rarick obviously had the 3 threes for 9. She had a 2 for 11 and then 2 free throws for 13 of the 15 Redbank Valley points. Madison Foreigner with the other 2. So obviously when we look at who has the hot hand in the first quarter by looking at the stat sheet, that's pretty obvious right off the bat.
So looking ahead here, I think the career record of threes for Redbank Valley girls is 7, held by Tara Hindleiter. Again, she's in the stands tonight, so we'll see how the rest of this game plays out. Speaking earlier about Clarion and Redbank, obviously good rivalry over the years in both volleyball and basketball. These two teams know each other. They played against each other twice last year. They're in the summer leagues together. Also played each other in the playoffs last year. Good game up in Brookville. Clarion had a lead after the first quarter. Redbank came back and won that game and ended up winning a district title. So we're going to start the second quarter here. Redbank Valley leads 15-2.
Yeah, I remember that second game last year with Clarion, kind of the opposite of now, packed house. I know it was a really exciting game down the stretch. I think Kinderleiter, something like close to 40 points in that matchup for the Bulldogs.
So give an update for all you boys basketball fans out there. Redbank Valley was down 28-10 at the half in the JV game and came back to win that game in overtime, 55-54.
Wow,
so they were down
impressive.
18 at the half and a 55-54 win in overtime for the JV boys basketball team.
So we're assuming, too, for those of you listening at home, that varsity boys game probably won't even start till we're in the third quarter.
Yeah, we probably won't get much of an update, maybe first quarter, but definitely probably not much with us starting the JV game not lasting long with the shorter quarters and the JV boys game going to overtime. Back here to Redbank Valley with Claire Klaus, ball up top, over to Smathers, fakes back to Klaus. Klaus was going to go down, but Rarick was going to go back door there. Just couldn't connect on that. Cherico is going to inbound the ball to Selfridge of Clarion. No real foul trouble other than Olivia Huffman has 2 for Redbank. 3 team fouls for the Bulldogs, 1 team foul for Clarion area. Cherico with the ball for Clarion. Her and Anthony pass the ball back and forth. Cherico dribbles. She's going to go back to Selfridge. Selfridge from the top, 3-pointer, a little strong. Swatted out of bounds by Emma Huffman.
Emma Huffman with the strong block there.
Looks like Foringer is going to check back into the game for Redbank Valley. Brooklyn Edmonds will check out. Best is going to inbounds the ball for Clarion. 3-pointer off. Looks like we have a rebound Best. Best over to Simcoe. Simcoe up top to Selfridge. Simcoe, another one of those volleyball players. Selfridge. Down low underneath. Swatted away by Foringer. Rarick wide open 3. Just short. Rebound Simcoe. And out to Cherico. She's going to bring the ball up across half court. Cherico over to Selfridge. Selfridge looking inside to Simcoe. Simcoe back up top to Cherico. Selfridge down to Best. Best back to Selfridge. Selfridge over to Cherico. Passing the ball up top. Trying to get the ball down to Best. And we got a foul on Redbank Valley. It's either going to be Rarick or Foringer. Looks like it's going to be Madison Foringer, her first. Team 4th. Best inbounds it to Simcoe. Over to Anthony. Back to Selfridge. Selfridge down to Best. Best is going to take the deuce. It's short. Foringer with the rebound. Rebound out to Klaus. Klaus pushes the ball up. Passes the ball over to Smathers. Smathers back to Klaus. Back to Rarick. And it's back up top to Klaus. Klaus gets the ball inside to Foringer. Smathers is going to drive. Foringer misses the rebound again. Foringer.
Good job on the offensive boards for Redbank Valley.
Yeah, we talked about this the other night for the boys team with the offensive rebounds, and the girls are doing much of the same here tonight. Redbank Valley leads 17-2. Second quarter, 5:06 left. Simcoe with the ball. We're going to have a foul on Redbank Valley. Claire Klaus, her first. We do have a few fans in here, but not enough, Blaine. We can still hear the coaches word for word over there on the other side.
I believe, according to the district's Facebook page, the policy was changed so that each athlete gets 2 tickets into the game.
It's like a double dribble on Clarion's Cherico.
I think, too, it's interesting when you look at it that if this was a normal year, those 2 losses to Punxsutawney could possibly be devastating. But now that essentially KSAC out the window, you're just essentially looking at ways to get better every day. And, you know, when it comes down to it, if you have a matchup against Punxsutawney again, that's the only game that matters. So.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we talked about this before, Blaine. You're going to learn a lot more from your losses than you are from your wins. I think the coaching staff of Redbank Valley will have the team watching some film, correct a few things, and I assume much closer game if we see that matchup again. And if you're a betting man, I would assume looks like probably Redbank Punxsutawney would be the top 2 teams in AAA. Shot off from Clarion. Rebound Smathers. She's going to get the ball up to Klaus.
I believe 2, as Emma Huffman takes a shot, I believe 2. Who do the girls have left? Corn City, Montauk? Are those the 2 matchups that they have not played yet?
Correct. They'll play both of those teams twice, each a home and home. So we'll get a good chance to see really how districts is going to play out here in the next couple of weeks. Timeout here on the floor. Talk a little bit about Erica Selfridge, Blaine. I mean, we talked about her volleyball skills, obviously, with an all-state performance this year. One of the few athletes, she was actually a starter for 5 years in the state of New York. She actually played varsity for 6 years. In the state of New York, you can play varsity at the 7th grade year. She was on a basketball team for 5 of those years. She won 2 state titles in volleyball up in the state of New York, and then comes here for her senior year and wins another state title.
So you're saying she's an above-average volleyball player. Is that what you're getting at?
I think high above average. But it's very rare that a 8th grader would start on a team that ended up they were 27-1 that year, Blaine. Yeah. And she was a starter on that team. So
yeah, and you think too, just you know what the size difference would be between a 7th grader and a senior.
Selfridge with the ball. She's going to get the ball over to Cherico. Cherico takes a 3. It is off. Looks like Emma Huffman with the rebound. Over to Klaus. Klaus looks up. She's going to bring the ball across half court. She's going to get the ball inside to Huffman. And we're going to have a travel on Redbank Valley. I think that could have went either way, Blaine. Could have been a foul. They ended up calling the travel on Redbank Valley.
Yeah, just under the halfway point here of the second quarter.
Cherico is going to bring the ball up for Clarion. She's going to get the ball over to Selfridge. Selfridge is going to take the 3. It is off. Caitlin Rarick with the rebound. She's going to get the ball over to Emma Huffman. Emma Huffman's going to drive, takes a 2-pointer. It is off. Rebound Anthony over to Cherico. Cherico will bring the ball across half court. Redbank in the 2-3 zone. Ball underneath and a little too high for Best. That ball's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to be Redbank Valley ball. Olivia Huffman and Brooklyn Edmonds checking back in. It looks like Klaus and Foringer will head out of the game. 3:11 left here in the second quarter. 17-2 Redbank Valley. Again, we will give updates as we get them for the boys basketball game up at Clarion. The JV game went into overtime, so they probably haven't started yet, but once we do get those updates, we will get them out to you. Olivia Huffman with the ball. She brings the ball up across half court. She's going to drive to the middle. Pass over to Rarick. Rarick looks for Edmonds up top. Back to Rarick. Rarick over to Olivia Huffman. Huffman to Rarick. Rarick down to the corner to Smathers. It's back to Rarick. She looks inside, and we're going to have a foul on Best.
Checking up here, bringing the feed in of the boys game. It looks like they are at about 5 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in their pregame warm-ups. So that game will probably be getting started right as we approach halftime here. Only 2 points so far, Matt, in this second quarter. A lot of scoring in the first, but Madison Foringer's 2 is the only points that we've had so far in the second.
Looks like we're going to have a travel called on Clarion. Olivia Huffman brings the ball up across half court. She slows it down. She brings the ball over to Rarick. Rarick's going to take a deep one, and she nails it.
Just as we said, a little scoring. That is her 4th of the night.
About a 22-footer there, Blaine. 20-point lead, or 18-point lead for Redbank Valleys. They lead 20-2. Selfridge brings the ball up.
16 of the Bulldogs' 20 points coming from Rarick thus far.
It's over to Cherico. She's going to nail the three-pointer. It's going to be 20-5 Redbank Valley. Olivia Huffman brings the ball up. If you're Clarion, you got to look to take Rarick out of the game here. She's nailed, as you said, errant pass there for Rarick. They were trying to get the ball to her. Nice defensive play for Clarion. Clarion's going to slow it down. Selfridge with the ball over to Cherico. Cherico's going to take the three from the same place. Rebounded by Edmonds. Edmonds looks up for Rarick. Rarick's going to slow the ball down a little bit. She gets the ball to Edmonds, over to Huffman. Huffman gets the ball back to Rarick. I thought Rarick might take that, but she gets the ball to Smathers. A little too long. Huffman with the rebound. Over to Edmonds, back to Rarick, inside to Emma. Nice passing by Redbank Valley, over to Olivia. Shot is off. Rebound. It's going to be a jump ball. Possession area's going to go to Redbank Valley. Klaus and Foringer into the game. Rarick and Edmonds out. So we got a minute 10 left here in the second quarter. Redbank Valley leads 20-5. Cherico is going to bring the ball across half court for Clarion. She's going to look to get the ball to Selfridge. Into Simcoe. Simcoe with the two. It is off. Rebound Klaus. She gets the ball over to Smathers. Smathers looking for Foringer. Nice pass inside. Foringer a little far underneath, so she gets the ball back to Emma, and Emma Huffman
Good
with
ball
the deuce.
movement there. Good feed into Foringer. Almost lost the ball out of bounds, but gets it right back into Huffman for the two.
Two really good looks there for Redbank Valley. Selfridge with the ball for Clarion. Less than a minute left to go. Cherico is going to take the three. It is too strong. Foringer with another rebound for Redbank Valley. Gets the ball to Klaus. Klaus across half court, and we're going to have a travel.
Yeah, tried to stop there. Looks like she just dragged her, what was meant to be her pivot foot, just a little too far.
Looks like we have Babington in the game for Clarion and Izzy Bond in the game for Redbank Valley. Selfridge inbounds the ball to Jordan Best. Best to Cherico. Cherico over to Selfridge. Selfridge's going to take the three. It is too strong. Rebound Bond. She's going to outlet, but it's going to be intercepted by Selfridge. Selfridge up for two. It is off. Rebound Simcoe. Simcoe up for two. It is off. And the first half is going to end with the score 22-5. Redbank Valley, thanks to the hot shooting of Kaylin Rarick. Blaine, you want to go ahead and give some stats?
That second quarter there with Ava Cherico with the three for Clarion, Kaylin Rarick with another three, Madison Foringer with the deuce, and Emma Huffman with the deuce. So thus far, totals on the night, we have Kaylin Rarick with 16 points, Madison Foringer with 4, Emma Huffman with 2, for Clarion, Jordan Best with 2, and Ava Cherico with 3.
No update yet from the boys' game. I don't think
Like
that game
Matt,
has
from the
started
feed here,
yet.
Looks like they're getting ready to tip off right about now. Looks like they're going through lineups right now as we speak.
So we're going to take a break here from Redbank Valley. We'll be back with about 4 minutes left here before halftime ends. Hopefully by that time we will have an update from the boys' game up at Clarion. First half, Redbank Valley leads Clarion 22-5. Back here to Redbank Valley. Lady Bulldogs lead the Lady Bobcats of Clarion 22-5. We've got about a minute and a half left here before the second half starts. Again, trying to get you updates of the boys' game out in Clarion. They have not started yet. Looking back at the keys of the game before we started here, Blaine, we talked about Redbank Valley getting out to a fast start. I think we can put a check by that. Really nice first quarter by the Bulldogs. I think we talked also about Clarion trying to take care of Foringer. Foringer's done a nice job on the boards. Clarion's had some open looks, just unfortunately not able to get the ball to fall with only 5 points here in the first half. So nice job for Redbank Valley coming back after that defeat last night against Punxsutawney. Really nice first quarter. Kind of slowed it down in the second quarter, but they do have the 22-5 lead going into the second half. We'll get the sports schedules out for the rest of, I guess we have some things going on tomorrow. We'll talk about what's happening next week. Unfortunately, the wrestling team, every day, Blaine, it seems like they have a wrestling match canceled. They add one and get one canceled. So we'll talk about that here between the third and fourth quarter.
Yeah, you got to feel for those wrestlers. Obviously, we've got our wrestling team is very senior laden, so obviously a lot of these guys is time that they're not going to get back. So you
Absolutely.
do feel for them.
And a couple milestones this year, Blaine, looking for their 600th win as a team, and also Coach Kundick close to tying his father's record of wins at 207. He got his 200th win the other night. Madison Foringer with a layup to start the second half. Selfridge is going to bring the ball across half court for Clarion. Over to Cherico.
And it looks
Cherico
like we
back to
are underway
Selfridge.
with the boys' game. About 4 minutes left in the first. We have a score of 13-5. We got to see on the scoreboard here who is who. Redbank Valley just scored, so we'll see the score change once we get it in view. And it looks like possibly a 13-7 lead for Clarion.
So a 13-7 lead for the Clarion boys team up at Clarion.
If you're at home and you want to go back and forth, C93 on their Facebook page is broadcasting that game.
Redbank Valley with the steal. Klaus, nice feed into Rarick. Really nice look for Claire Klaus. Rarick with another deuce, 26-5 lead for Redbank Valley. Selfridge with the ball over to Cherico. They're swinging the ball up top. Three-pointer is short. Olivia Huffman with the rebound. She's going to bring the ball up. She's looking up to Rarick. Rarick has a wide open three. Just short, but a nice rebound by Claire Klaus. And the deuce. Redbank Valley, another strong start, just like the first quarter. 28-5 for Redbank Valley.
Klaus with her first points on the night.
Selfridge with the ball up top. And we're going to have a travel on Clarion. So again, a really nice start of first quarter coming out for Redbank Valley. Go into halftime with the lead and come out with the same firepower in the third quarter. Klaus is going to bring the ball across half court. She's going to drive, stop. She takes the two. It's short. She's going to get her own rebound. And we're going to have a jump ball. Possession arrow is going to go to Clarion. Anthony's going to bring the ball across for Clarion. It's going to be over to Anthony. Anthony to Cherico. Cherico up top to Best. Best to Anthony. Down low to Selfridge. Nice passing for Clarion, and we're going to foul on Redbank Valley. Nice passing, nice look inside for Clarion area. We're going to have a foul on Olivia Huffman. That's her third. First team foul. First free throw is up and good for Cherico. Babington enters the game for Clarion. Cherico with the second free throw. It is good as well. 28-7 lead for Redbank Valley. Rarick inbounds the ball to Klaus. Klaus brings the ball across half court. Up top, over to Huffman on the left, and then back to Klaus. Looks like they're going to get the ball over to Rarick. Rarick's going to have a She had an open three, but good defense by Clarion to close that off. Up to Huffman. Huffman with an 18-footer, and she banks that in.
Banks it home.
And if you talk to Olivia, I'm sure she would say she called that bank. 37 lead Redbank Valley.
Testament too just to how hot Rarick's been tonight. That's actually Olivia Huffman's first points of the night, and she scored them already being up 28-7.
Ball into Kettner of Clarion. Kettner up for 2. It's going to make the score 30-9 Redbank Valley. Rarick has the ball over to Huffman. Huffman's up top. Dribbles, passes the ball over to Rarick, and then back to Huffman. Huffman to Klaus. And then Klaus back to Huffman. Over to Rarick. Back to Klaus. Klaus drives. Little runner, and she banks that in. Hot start again. Redbank Valley, they lead 32-9. Klaus. Ball up top to Selfridge. Selfridge looks over to Cherico. Cherico's going to take the 3. It's going to be short. Looks like Rarick's going to rebound out to Klaus. Klaus brings the ball across. Over to Huffman. Huffman back to Klaus. Down to Emma. Huffman, and she's going to get called for a travel. Looks like Riley Evans is going to come into the game. Madison Foringer out. First action here tonight for Riley Evans. Selfridge with the ball. She comes across. Over to Cherico. Over to Simcoe. Simcoe back up to Selfridge. Selfridge to Cherico. Inbound inside to Kettner, but back up to Selfridge. Back to Kettner. She turns, misses the deuce. Huffman with the rebound, out to Klaus. Klaus across half court, over to Olivia Huffman. Huffman's going to drive to the middle. No good. But the rebound to Klaus. Rarick for 3, and she nails it.
And I believe that's number 5 on the night for Rarick.
Selfridge with the ball. Redbank still in that 2-3 zone. Over to Cherico. Cherico, it's going to be down low to Kettner. Nice look inside from Selfridge. Kettner with 2. Olivia Huffman brings the ball across half court for Redbank Valley. Redbank with a 35-11 lead, 2:40 left here in the third quarter. Over to Klaus. Rarick slapping her hands there. She wants the ball, but Huffman's going to take the 3. It's a little long. Rebound Simcoe of Clarion. Out to Selfridge. Selfridge over to Cherico. Cherico back to Selfridge. Back into Best, down low. Best can't hit it. Huffman with the rebound. She's going to push it up. She's going to go coast to coast. It's going to, nice save for Klaus. But unfortunately, Clarion gets that
ball. She didn't
ball.
really have anybody to flip it to, but had to flip it because she was going to go out of bounds.
Selfridge ends up taking it coast to coast for the 2. 35-13 lead for Redbank Valley. You can see Rarick, she wants the ball. It's going to be over to Huffman. Klaus to Rarick. Rarick to Klaus, into Huffman. Good passing for Redbank Valley, out to Emma Huffman. The 3 is missed. Kettner with the rebound. She's going to rebound out to Selfridge.
Update from the boys game. Clarion 17, Redbank Valley 13. Clarion scoreboard looks like they have some lights burnt out. So
Is that the end of the first quarter, Blaine?
1:11 left in the first quarter.
Down to Rarick. Rarick to Klaus. Klaus is going to take the 3, and she
She's
drains
gonna get it. Klaus coming into the game averaging just about 5 points a game. That puts her at 7 now, so she's over her average for the evening so far.
Clarion doing a nice job getting the ball down low, but missed shot. Kettner with the rebound. It's up and missed again. Redbank gets the rebound. It's over to Rarick. Rarick gets rejected.
Nice block.
Simcoe with the nice block there, but Rarick's going to go baseline. Rebound, Clarion. 25-point lead for Redbank Valley. Selfridge with the ball. Over to Simcoe. Simcoe to Cherico. Back up top to Selfridge. She's going to drive. Tries to get the ball down low to Kettner, but just a little too high. It's like Foringer, Edmonds, Smathers in for Redbank Valley. Evans, Rarick, and Klaus will exit. Huffman brings the ball into Edmonds. Edmonds back to Huffman.
12 seconds.
And a timeout, Redbank, with 9.6 seconds left here in the third quarter, 38-30.
And the first quarter on the boys' side just ended, and we've got a score at Clarion 19, Redbank Valley 15. So that
19,
looks like
15.
Looks like that one's living up to its billing of being a wide-open scoring night.
So, Blaine, talking a little bit about the hot hand here tonight, Kaylin Rarick. I obviously got to coach her in volleyball the last several seasons. One of the most coachable players I've ever been around. She's one of those players that makes a coach stay for a couple more years. Going into this season, that was going to be my last season. I have a boy coming up playing soccer. But Kaylin is one of those players that, it was a decision, divorce or stay and get to coach her a couple more years. And honestly, it was, for a while there, I think it was 50-50, Blaine. But she's just the emotion that she puts out there on the court, gets everybody fired up.
Yeah, I think for sure she's definitely the one player, especially for when you watch a girls' game. She is clearly the one that you see as the emotional leader. I love to see her when she hits big shots because she almost reacts in the way that you might see a player on a Friday night after making a big play, fist pumping, screaming, and definitely brings that emotional element to the game.
So we're going to start here at the fourth quarter with Redbank Valley a 25-point lead. Into Huffman. Huffman drives. Runner is no good, but she gets her own rebound. Couple more rebounds, offensive rebounds for Redbank Valley. It's going to be, I guess, 40-13, sorry. Now that's the end of the third quarter. There was a couple seconds left there. Redbank Valley took that timeout. So it's 40-13 here, Blaine. End of three from Redbank Valley, almost to the mercy rule. Once a team is up 30, we have a running clock the rest of the way.
Yeah, and for Redbank Valley, much more balanced attack there than what we saw in the first two quarters. Olivia Huffman that quarter with 2, Rarick with 5, puts her at 21 for the night. Foringer with 4 more, doubles her up and puts her at 8. Claire Klaus with 7, and then Emma Huffman with her 2.
Looking ahead to the sports schedule, tomorrow, boys basketball team, they're going to head up to Sheffield. The wrestling match at Punxsutawney was canceled today, and I don't think that's going to be made up. Next week, Monday, we'll be here for another girls' game. We talked earlier. Girls will be hosting Karn City, so a couple double-A teams going at it. Tuesday, we were to be here for a wrestling match, but unfortunately Sharon canceled that match. The Monday wrestling match at Armstrong was also canceled, so the next 3 wrestling matches have been canceled. Wednesday, wrestling is going to get down to Laurel. Thursday, we will be here for Clarion wrestling match with them. We think that's going to be senior night, so Redbank Clarion wrestling on Thursday. Next Friday, we'll get the boys again as they host Montauk. And then should be a real good matchup next Saturday afternoon here in New Bethlehem as Indiana girls come up to take on the Lady Bulldogs.
Yeah, as we begin the fourth quarter in girls action, our boys just took the lead over Clarion at 20-19, about a minute and a half into the second quarter.
Clarion with the ball, Selfridge up top. It's going to be Best down on the baseline. She's going to take the deuce. It's going to be rebound, baseball pass up to Rarick. Rarick's going to slow it down a little bit. Tries to look inside to Foringer. Another nice defensive play for Clarion. Selfridge with the ball. 29-point lead for Redbank. Selfridge over. Selfridge is keeping the ball up top. Best with the 3. She's going to nail the 3-pointer for Clarion. Nice shot for Jordan Best. Very gritty player. Clarion's libero on the volleyball team. Hustles after everything. Brings that over to the basketball court as well. Huffman with the ball at Redbank Valley. She's going to look for Rarick. Rarick inside, and we're going to have a foul on Best. first foul of the second half for Clarion. That's going to be Jordan Best's third foul. Players in foul trouble right now. Olivia Huffman has 3 for Redbank. Jordan Best has 3 for Clarion. Olivia inbounds the ball to her sister Emma. Emma back to Olivia. She looks inside. Edmonds, and Edmonds gets the deuce.
Edmonds' first points of the night.
Nice little 6-footer there. Puts Redbank up 28 with a 44-16 point. Selfridge with the ball up top. She's going to look down low to Simcoe. Nice defensive play by Huffman. But we're going to have a foul.
Don't blink if you're watching the boys game. It's now 24-24 with about 5 minutes left in the second.
We talked about that, Blaine, earlier. We thought that game could definitely be in the 80s.
Yeah, I think that when you look at the athleticism of Clarion's Cal, German, and obviously the athleticism of the 3 that we've talked about with our guys, our 3 leading scorers with Marshall and Gardlock and Bain. A lot of athleticism on the floor tonight at Clarion's gym.
Ball stolen by Selfridge of Clarion. Brought in, over to Babington, back up to Selfridge, back to Babington. Babington's going to take the 3. It's off. Kettner tries to get the rebound. It's going to be down in the corner. And it's going to be out of bounds or Redbank Valley ball. Huffman's going to push the ball up across half court. She's looking down for Eric. Good defense. Ball into Olivia. Selfridge pushes the ball up. Simcoe, she drives. Shot is off. Rebound Kettner. Out to Selfridge. Shot is off. Klaus is going to get the rebound. She's going to get the ball over to Olivia Huffman. Huffman with the baseball pass to Rarick. Rarick in and out. She had a nice open look there.
6 on the night.
Kettner with the rebound for Clarion. Selfridge over to Babington. Up to Selfridge. Babington's going to take the 3, and she's going to hit it. Nice shot for the freshman. Olivia Huffman with the ball. She's going to slow it up across half court. Selfridge comes out. Huffman over to Klaus. Down low. Out to Emma Huffman, and she nails the 2. Good look inside and a good feed back out to Emma Huffman. Redbank Valley leads 46-19 with a little over 4 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Selfridge over to Babington. And we're going to have a timeout, Clarion.
Update from the boys game, 26-26. 3:46 left in the second quarter at Clarion.
Blaine, those 2 teams will meet again here in New Bethlehem. I think that's 2 weeks. Not sure what the exact date is, but Clarion will come down, and then our girls will actually take a trip up to Clarion for the second of the home and home.
Yeah, again, the dynamics changed quite a bit with the cancellation of the KSAC games. It was my understanding that the way that the KSAC championships are going to work is you play that conference schedule, but only the first game was going to count. And now, essentially, other than seeding, those games are just kind of for, I guess you could say, bragging rights for seeding. You could say that second game probably taken on more importance than what you originally thought, because you could come into that second game if you dropped the first one just disappointed that you didn't get the one that counted, but obviously they're both now of equal value.
Yeah, unfortunately the KSAC athletic directors got together this week and they voted to not do the KSAC championship games this year. Used to be a doubleheader with the boys and girls. Haven't got word exactly why, but I'm assuming just even finding a place to host it. Schools aren't going to want to host 2 teams coming into their site, so no KSAC championship game this year, unfortunately. Cherico with the ball for Clarion. She's going to look for Babington, but instead gets the ball inside. It's out to Best, back to Cherico. Cherico over to Babington. Babington's going to take the 3, and she hits it from the other side this time. Nice looking shot from the freshman, Gia Babington. Huffman with the ball from Redbank Valley. She's going to drive right side. The ball into Emma Huffman. She drives baseline over to Evans. Evans over to Rarick. Rarick with the pass to Huffman. Little give and go. Over to Klaus, back to Huffman. Nice little passing to Evans. Huffman in for the 2. It is off. Little rebound there. Babington with the rebound. She gets it out to Best. Best over to Cherico. Cherico over to Anthony. Anthony tries to go across, but a nice interception there for Emma Huffman. She's going to get the ball to Olivia Huffman. Down low to Rarick. Rarick nails the 3.
Number 6, right? I believe that's number 6 on the night.
So one more, and I think that'll tie the school record. I'm sure they'll be looking for her. 49-27 lead, Redbank Valley. Blaine, one more of those, and I might have to have a phone call to the wife. Do you have an extra couch tonight? I might need to sleep on that for the weekend. Redbank Valley with the ball. 2:40 left here in the fourth quarter. 27-point lead, 49-22. Huffman with the ball. Rarick runs baseline. Obviously, they're going to probably try to look for her. She has the hot hand. Emma Huffman turns and spins. Up, no good. And it looks like it's going to be out of bounds on Clarion. 49-22, 2:24 left. Ball into Emma Huffman, out to Rarick. Oh, off the back rim. Olivia Huffman's going to drive baseline, up and out. And looks like we're probably going to have an over the back there on Riley Evans. Aggressive play. Looks like we're going to have some substitutions. Simcoe's going to come in for Clarion. Smathers, Leanne Hendricks going to get the first action of the night, and Brooklyn Edmonds back in the game. Klaus, Huffman, and Huffman exit. Cherico with the ball, Clarion. Cherico over to Selfridge, back to Cherico. Selfridge looking to try to get the ball inside to Kettner, but she's going to drive. She's going to take the runner. It's short. Rebound Smathers. Smathers looking up for Rarick. Rarick's going to take the 3.
Taking it.
And it's good! That's number 7, Kaylin Rarick.
So number 7 again tying Tara Hinderleiter's record of 7 in a game.
Nice move by Kettner down low. Misses first shot, and we're going to have a foul on. Looks like it's going to be on Redbank Valley. Kettner's going to go to the line. Looks like Olivia Huffman's coming back in. I'm sure Coach Edmonds has come up with some play here, whether we're going to run a pick or something to get Kaylin open one more time and try to get that record 8th three-pointer.
Yeah, probably have a couple more trips down the court here. But we do have, that's 30, correct? We're at 52-22, so clock will be running now, right? So
Other
a little
than
less
free
time
throws,
what it typically would be.
Kettner with the second shot. It is no good. Rarick with the rebound. Let's see what she does here. She's going to go coast to coast. She's going to step up.
Taking it.
And
just
off. Rebound, Clarion. It's going to be Alston with the ball. She's going to bring the ball up. Over to Babington. Babington to Alston. Edmonds. Looks like a chase for it. Edmonds has the ball. She's going to get the ball to Rarick. Rarick's going to drive and get fouled.
So won't get a chance to get the 3 here, but, you know, a chance to add some more points to her total.
Clock should stop here with the free throws.
Oh, it looks like it was on the floor.
Okay, and we're going to have a timeout for Redbank Valley. 43.7 seconds left. Redbank Valley up 30, 42-22. If you're just tuning in, Kaylin Rarick with 7 three-pointers tonight. Any updates on the boys' game, Blaine?
Yeah, I can't see the shot of the scoreboard right now. They're approaching halftime. As soon as we can pan the shot here, I'll be able to give you an update on where that's at.
We'll try to get that to you. And I think we need to start something a little early, Blaine. We were originally going to start doing a player of the game and try to get them up here for maybe a quick comment starting next week. I think after what we've seen tonight, I think if we can get Kaylin up here and just get a quick comment.
Yeah.
7 3-pointers, looking for that 8th record.
Yeah, right now it looks like Clarion has built a 41-31 lead here approaching halftime.
Okay, so 41-31 up in the boys game.
26 seconds left in the second quarter.
Okay. Edmonds inbounds the ball to Huffman, up to Rarick. Shot is partially tipped, and they're going to actually say that was not tipped. Ball's going to go out of bounds to Clarion. Clarion's Babington brings the ball up. Over to Kettner. Kettner drives. Over to Babington. We're going to have a foul. Looks like that'll probably just about end the game here, Blaine, as we have the running clock.
Yeah, looks like that's going to.
Rarick,
maybe
possibly.
She's gonna have one more shot
Rarick
at
with the
it.
3.
Oh,
Just
it.
short.
What an exciting ending to that game.
So Redbank Valley with a 30-point win tonight here in New Bethlehem, 52-22 over Clarion. They will meet again at Clarion. Let's try to get Kaylin if we can, Blaine. Try to get her up here and get some comments. I'll go ahead and give you some stats. We'll try to get an update on the boys' game. That game should be at the half. We're going to try to get Kaylin up here. Blaine. You want to grab them before they ask if they'll. So we're going to try to get Kaylin Rarick up here if we can. We know they're going into the locker room here just to get a quick comment. Okay.
Just tell her that she's got to hold the mic somewhat close to me.
Redbank Valley with a 30-point win tonight. That's Blaine. So we're gonna go with the stats here in a second. So Kaylin, we were going to start a player of the game next week, but I think we need to start that tonight. So tough game last night against Punxsutawney.
Yes.
Came out here really strong in the first corner. It looked like you got the hot hand early. You wanted the ball about every time down court. Tied the school record tonight.
Yeah.
3-pointers. What's going through your mind right now?
It's just crazy. The ending, almost getting my 8 points and tying the record. It's just very overwhelming, but a great feeling.
Always nice to defeat Clarion, obviously big rival both in volleyball and in basketball. You played them in the district playoffs last year, a win at Brookville. You'll meet them again, but looking forward to next week. You have Carn City, you have a couple games after that. Indiana's coming in Saturday, but looks like the team was really focused tonight. We talked earlier, Blaine and I, that every time up and down the court, you're kind of the cheerleader out on the court trying to get the team fired up.
Yes.
Has that been instilled with you over the years, or
Yes,
what brings that out in
I've
you?
always been that cheerleader. I just like hyping up everyone and just getting the team going. It's just my thing I do in any of my sports that I play, volleyball, basketball, and softball.
So tonight's player of the game, tying the school record with 7 3-pointers, Kaylin Rarick. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we're going to try to get you an update, one last update from the Clarion Redbank boys game. Looks like it's 41-31, Clarion over Redbank Valley. And that game is that broadcasted on the D9 Facebook page, Blaine?
C93.
C93 Facebook page, if you want to check that out. They're at the half. I think it just went to half, so you have the entire second half left. So tonight, here at Redbank Valley, led by Kaylin Rarick's 7 3-pointers, Redbank defeats Clarion by 30, with a score of 52-22. We want to thank Mike Fricko, Roddy Hartle, the administration here at Redbank Valley for really putting RV Live on the docket, making this happen. We do have fans allowed in on a small portion. As of last night, Redbank Valley will be admitting 2 fans per player just on the Redbank Valley side. We still will continue to do the RV Live for the rest of the winter season. We'll be back with you on Monday night as the Redbank Valley girls host the Carn City girls Again, from Redbank Valley, from Matt and Blaine, Redbank Valley girls 52, Clarion 22.